Because you are
I
really...
don't believe you. You stole my
Don't
ball.
hit me, ma'am.
But if I did live here and it was my property, this would be absolutely fine.
Welcome to our latest video where we dive into moments when Karens face a much-needed reality check. Watch as entitled Behavior Meets Its Match and Karma delivers some eye-opening lessons. In today's first case, we'll delve into a shocking and dramatic incident that took place at a hair salon where a woman, whom we'll call Karen, flew into a rage over a haircut and refused to pay, leading to a heated confrontation with the salon staff. Our story was filmed on July 20th, 2023 at a hair salon in California where customers come for their regular haircuts and styling. But on this particular day, the atmosphere is completely changed from normal to chaotic. Karen and her boyfriend entered the salon, both wanting to get a new haircut. After choosing a hairstyle and settling down, the salon staff started working. No one knew that this regular appointment was about to turn into a full-blown argument. The skilled and professional hairdresser began to style the hair as requested. The boyfriend was cutting his hair in a standard style, while Karen had her own requests. Although her instructions were complicated, the hairdresser diligently followed them in order to meet Karen's expectations. After the haircut, Karen's reaction to her boyfriend's new look was not happy. She glanced at him and immediately thought the haircut was ugly, setting the stage for the ensuing confrontation. She loudly expressed her displeasure, standing at the door, arguing the issue was that the salon had air conditioning on and that keeping it open would hurt the salon's bottom line. He asked to close the door to keep the air conditioning on. Karen refused, forcing the barber to step in to resolve the situation, which led to further tension.
On your shoulder right now.
No, it's not.
Just because your neck is short, it's sitting on your shoulder.
It's not.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
I told you how.
And that's how I cut it. And that's how I cut it.
Exactly. It's f***ing ugly.
Okay, that's fine. Shut the door. The air conditioning's on.
I'm not.
Shut the door. The air conditioning's on.
I'm not.
The police are on their way.
The argument reached a boiling point. She made aggressive comments, including threats of violence. Realizing that the situation was getting out of hand, Karen's boyfriend asked Karen to wait and he would pay. Karen's behavior immediately escalated to the point where she threatened to punch and kill the hairdresser if things didn't go her way. Despite the escalating threats, the hairdresser tried to defuse the situation, but Karen's anger was out of control. The video ends with Karen and her boyfriend standing and arguing.
Shut the door. The air conditioning's on.
Yell at me
Are you
again.
paying my bill?
I don't care.
Are you paying the bill?
No.
Put your hands on me and you're going to jail today.
I don't care.
Put
Do you
your
think
hands
I'm
on
gonna
me.
put my f***ing hands on
Put
you?
your hands on me.
Take that out of my face
Put your
because I'm
hands on
literally
me.
going to f***ing punch you.
Put your hands on me.
No.
Stay in the car.
Put your hands on me.
No. Do you not see the way she's fucking treating me? Do you see this? Do you see
Are
yours?
you serious?
It's fucking ugly.
Sweetie, you need mental help. You really do.
I'm gonna beat the fuck out of her.
You need mental help.
Move her because I'm gonna.
I want you to. I want to see the police take you out of here.
I don't. No, I'm not. I'm outside.
So what led to such a dramatic confrontation? Let's break it down. Karen was unhappy with the haircut her boyfriend received, which led her to refuse payment. The hairdresser did their job, following the requested haircut as closely as possible. The disagreement stemmed from Karen's perception of the quality of the haircut, and she then refused to pay the bill. Typically, if there is a dispute over a service, the usual approach is to issue a partial refund or discount or address the issue directly. In this case, the hairdresser's professionalism was evident, but Karen's refusal to compromise led to an unacceptable situation. Under California Penal Code 422, menacing includes threatening to cause physical harm to another person. To be considered a menacing offense, there must be a clear and specific threat of future harm to another person. The law clearly describes that offender must have the intention to threaten another person by words or actions. The victim must feel immediate fear and believe that the threat will be carried out. Karen's actions in threatening to kill and punching the barber violated this law. Menacing under Section 422 is punishable by criminal penalties, including up to 3 years in state prison, and may be punished by fines or other measures as determined by the court. Seems like this girl just landed herself in hot water, but wait until you see this next case where things might get even worse. On December 28, 2022, an incident involving the delivery person in question occurred in Midtown Atlanta. The scene was set for a confrontation that quickly escalated into a public spectacle. Our story begins with a woman, angry and accusatory, accusing a black man of stealing her package. In the video captures the woman's loud and aggressive behavior. She is seen confronting the delivery person, accusing him of stealing a package that she claims contained valuable jewelry.
Ain't going anywhere. Well, I didn't take the package. She need to call Fetch and deal with Fetch, but she's not going to threaten me and she's not going to hit me. And if she touch me, I'm going to knock her out.
The delivery person is calm but clearly frustrated, repeatedly denying the accusations. He told her, "I never stole anything. I don't care what you do. I didn't steal anything from you." In a disturbing escalation, the woman insisted that the man search her pockets to prove his innocence. She became increasingly aggressive, even threatening violence. At one point, the man warned her, "If you touch me, I'll knock you out." His reaction, though extreme, reflected the tense and hostile atmosphere he endured.
Because you are
I don't believe you. You stole my
Don't
mala.
hit me, ma'am. Don't you hit me.
You stole my mala.
I never stole anything from
I'm
you.
reporting this to the fucking landlord.
I don't care what you do. I didn't steal anything from you.
Everybody in this hallway is very...
I really don't care.
Everybody, Bats is a bunch of thieves.
The delivery man began recording the incident, a move that would later prove crucial. He filmed her rage, not only capturing her erratic behavior, but also serving as evidence against her accusations. He calmly stated that he was recording the interaction, a decision that underscores the importance of documenting such encounters in today's world now.
You need to get you some medication.
No, I don't.
Oh, yeah, you
You
do.
need to do your job. I am
You want me
definitely
to smile?
100% reporting you. You stole my jewelry out of this package.
Girl,
I
I'm
am
gonna
not
have
happy. Empty your fucking pockets.
I'm not emptying nothing.
In the video, one of the neighbors heard the noise in the hallway and came out to see. The delivery man immediately asked the neighbor if she knew who Karen was and said that Karen was always accusing him. The delivery man also said that if Karen touched him, he would hit her. Karen screamed in a frenzy that she would report the delivery man to Fetch, that the delivery man had stolen her jewelry. The delivery man immediately agreed to this idea because he knew he had not stolen anything and he really needed to go somewhere else to make the delivery.
And I have to go.
If you have nothing to
Could you
hide,
please
then
get
prove
her?
it to me. You have nothing to hide.
I'm not proving anything to you. Not a thing.
Actually, you
If
do.
you touch me, I'm
'Cause
gonna
it's
knock you
all
out.
over online and Fetch
If
steals
you
stuff.
touch me, I'm gonna knock you out.
Empty your fucking pockets.
I'm not emptying anything, ma'am.
Karen did not let the delivery man go. She kept blocking him despite the neighbor pulling her away. She yelled loudly in the hallway and accused the delivery man of being a thief. This caused a black neighbor to come out and stop the situation. The female neighbor also said that if she was so sure, she should file a report.
Not happy. It was beautiful jewelry and you stole it.
Exactly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Perhaps the presence of the black woman had shown some authority, causing Karen to immediately leave in anger. At the end of the recording, the black neighbor sarcastically made an apology gesture to the delivery man and said that on behalf of the white people, "I sincerely apologize." Karen had completely become the butt of the joke in this situation. Under Georgia Code Section 16560, harassment is defined as the use of words or actions to cause fear or anxiety in another person. Threatening conduct includes statements or actions that are intended to cause fear or serious anxiety in another person of serious harm, such as physical assault or property damage. Karen's unreasonably persistent and persistent threats to the delivery person fall within the scope of this law. In Georgia, misdemeanors such as harassment or threats under Section 16560 can be punished with the following penalties. A person convicted of a misdemeanor can be sentenced to up to 12 months, 1 year in jail. And the maximum fine for a misdemeanor in Georgia is usually $1,000. And the specific jail time and fine will depend on the severity of the conduct and other mitigating or aggravating factors. In today's final case, we delve into a fascinating case that illuminates the complexities of privilege and how it impacts law enforcement encounters. The story takes place on November 4th, 2022, on a Florida road where a routine traffic stop quickly escalates into a confrontation. The driver, whom we will call Alexandra, finds herself in a tense situation. She's suspected of driving under the influence. Alexandra's behavior and interactions with the officers raise important questions about privilege, rights, and potential consequences for all involved. Our story opens with Alexandra driving erratically and eventually coming to a stop in the oncoming lane. Her confusion is evident when she mistakes the lane for the curb. This initial mistake sets the stage for a tense and contentious encounter with law enforcement. As the police approached Alexandra's car, it was clear that something was amiss. She admitted to having been drinking, which immediately alerted the officers. In these situations, protocol requires a thorough investigation to ensure road safety. However, Alexandra's response to the police's questions quickly escalated the situation.
I'm asking you if this is your property.
Why are you asking?
Because
Well,
it's private property.
Because it's private property,
So,
sir.
are you defacing private property, or is this your building? You're free to your
No,
opinion,
we
but
do.
not on people's property.
Okay,
Absolutely.
Sure.
Just respectfully.
sure.
So we're just saying.
Taking me home, she insisted, dismissing the police's explanation of how the arrest had occurred, and her request was accompanied by an entitled tone, suggesting that she believed her status or connections would exempt her from the consequences of her actions.
But if
The
if I
officer's
did live here
response
and it was my
was
property,
firm
this
but
would be absolutely
measured.
fine.
He explained that taking her home was not an option and
you
that she
don't
needed to
know
follow
if I live here
protocol.
or if this is my property.
Despite clear communication, Alexander continued to
Oh, really?
challenge the
Because
police's
you live here,
authority,
right?
repeatedly making threats and naming people she claimed to know. Alexandra's behavior is a classic example of how alcohol and entitlement can create a volatile mix. Her repeated threats and demands only compounded the situation. The officers remained calm, but it was clear that her lack of cooperation made the encounter more difficult. As the situation progressed, Alexandra became increasingly distressed. She gasped for air and asked the police to call her husband, attempting to shift the focus from her actions to her personal relationships. This is a classic tactic used by some individuals to deflect blame and create a sense of urgency that may benefit them.
So your choices are to call the cops if you believe I'm calling a crime, and I will more than be happy to talk to them.
Okay. Thank you.
What's your name again?
I'm Lisa.
Lisa, what's your last name?
Your name.
What's your name? I asked
I'm
first,
not
Lisa.
committing a crime,
What's your name,
sir.
sir? What's your last name, sir?
What is your first name, sir?
I'm not answering. I'm not talking to you. You're talking to me. I'm asking you the questions.
Well, we're not doing anything illegal.
Neither am I.
Despite her increasing demands and emotional pleas, the officer remained focused on his mission. He explained to Alexandra that she was being arrested for driving under the influence. Her continued agitation and resistance only added to the complexity of the situation, making it clear that her demeanor was a significant factor in how the encounter unfolded. Throughout the arrest, Alexandra demonstrated a pattern of attempting to manipulate the situation. She promised to comply and asked for leniency, but her actions were inconsistent with her words. The discrepancy between her words and her behavior highlights a common problem in high-stress encounters with law enforcement. In Florida statutes, Chapter 316.193 defines the crime of driving under the influence DUI. Under this provision, a person is guilty of DUI if their back is 0.08% or higher while driving. For drivers under the age of 21, the back threshold is 0.02% or higher. Karen's drunk driving behavior fell within the scope of this law. If the drunk driving results in serious bodily injury to another person, the penalties can be enhanced and can include a felony. If the drunk driving results in the death of another person, the penalties are severe, including lengthy prison sentences. Karen faced charges that could carry up to 9 months in jail and a fine of up to $1,000. In resisting a peace officer as stated in Florida statutes, Chapter 843.02, this statute addresses the crime of resisting an officer, with or without violence. Resisting with violence involves actively opposing or obstructing an officer using force, while resisting without violence refers to nonviolent obstruction. Alexandra's behavior, including her attempts to resist handcuffing and obstruct the arrest process, fits within this legal framework. The statute categorizes these actions as crimes that disrupt law enforcement procedures. All right, fellas, what do you think? Share your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe for more interesting and educational contents in the future. Thanks for your sub.